Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Ripto. I'm Christian and in today's awesome video we're going to be looking at Solana and is it a good price to buy in now or should we wait for a retracement? Also we're going to be looking at the Bitcoin price chart. We don't do this very often on the channel, but I think now's the time to look at Bitcoin to see, is it as bad as everyone's saying? There's fear, there's panic, there's all sorts of stuff going on in the crypto space, and a lot of people are tearing around like scolded chickens on social media to say the bear market's here, crypto's over. But is that just clickbait to get you all panicking, or is it true that crypto could be in the bear market? Well, if you want to find out more and look at the news, the price chart action, and what it is we think is happening in the crypto space, stay tuned and let's get into the video. So before I get into today's awesome video, I have to say that anything you see, hear, or choose to ignore, you know it is not financial advice. No, as you know, we're here for your educational purposes only. So what is happening in the crypto space? The fear and greed index is floating anywhere between 17, 15 and as low as 10. There's panic in the crypto market. If you look at a lot of even YouTube, social media, there's on the one hand, everyone's calling the bear market's here, crypto's crashing, run for your lives. And on the other hand, it's just a retracement. It's a normal dip. We're on to bigger and better things. And a couple of days, maybe a week's time, we're going to be out of the woods. But where does that leave you? Are you more to the left or are you more to the right? Well, we want to have a look at the price chart action of Bitcoin and the news. But we also want to go into Solana because I think Solana is in a great position at the moment. And it's trading right at its support level, but it's still well high since last September. So for me, I want to see what is Solana's next move and what is Solana's next price chart action. So let's jump straight into CoinMarketCap to have an overview of the top 10 coins and see. Boom. Well, as you can see, no surprise, everything is a sea of red. We've got all the way from Bitcoin down to DOT, which is the top 10 coins. Everything's red. Even like AVAX, Dogecoin, SHIB, who's had a token burn. Everything apart from Link seems to be on a massive red trend downwards, pretty much following what the Bitcoin price is saying, because obviously we're pegging this to the USDT. They pretty much drag down whatever Bitcoin's saying, but we do have the odd token that defies Bitcoin and seems to be shooting up, which is that of Chainlink. But today we want to talk about Solana and what is Solana's price chart action doing. But before we do that, we're going to jump into the Bitcoin chart. And as you can see, quickly just updating on the Bitcoin, a lot of people are saying Bitcoin's going to crash. It's closing below 40,000 and it's going to go all the way down to 37. Well, for me, this is Bitcoin's area of consolidation, like it was way back in September, like we said, when Bitcoin had that massive dip and then sort of relief rallied, went sideways, went down and consolidated here with this kind of M pattern. And then it obviously went way back up and shot to the moon. Then obviously we've had a lot of, downside, and Bitcoin's consolidated and still going down. We're in a massive downtrend since the 3rd of December. And for me, I think Bitcoin's actual bottom price now is around 40,000 or maybe 41,000, because we were seeing Bitcoin trading down the D line here at 30,000 not so long ago. But then when Bitcoin's followed back up, it's found its new support at 41,000. Now, yes, we're going to get some scammy wicks down to 39. We may even get just a sweeping moment under there and a wick down to maybe, I reckon, about the 38,000 mark. Maybe people will touch into the high 37s, but I don't think it will stay there long. I think once it gets down there, the market makers, the people on the side that are waiting to get this, last sale of Bitcoin before we start reaching to them parabolic movements, are just waiting to dive in and buy it cheap. So what does that mean for Solana? Well, let's jump into Solana's price chart and you can see it's doing pretty much what Bitcoin is, but on a tighter scale. You can see Solana's finding its low end of the support here at $1.27. Probably more $1.28, and this is where all this price chart action was here back in September, October. Now obviously Solana did really well. We called it down here when we'd done a video on Solana and we were buying in and we rode this gravy chain up. And for me, with all this price chart action here, this is where Solana's getting nice bounce backs now. So I think if Bitcoin is going to do what we think it's going to do over the next few days and starts taking a turn to the upside, we could see Solana get dragged back up and start breaking all-time highs. Because if you have a look from this consolidation period here to where Solana needs to break all-time highs, I mean, it doesn't look a lot, but it's going to be about 89%. So even this little movement here, if you bought here and it makes all-time highs again, you're going to be looking at probably doubling your money, which I think on these parabolic moves and the blow-off alt season, I think could be easily achieved. For me, I'd like to see Solana probably break all-time highs really hard and start going up to about the 360 mark, which would be absolutely phenomenal for it, and keep going from there, being conservative. But leave a comment below, let me know what you think. I'm going to show you a bit of the crypto news now. Saying here, Bitcoin batters longs as liquidations copy May 2021 run to 30,000, which means all the long positions that are getting liquidated, which the exchanges needed, which the investors don't want to be buying Bitcoin at a higher price, they want to buy it low and then rally it through probably the next 1, maybe 2 quarters to start the year off really good with some high gains on Bitcoin. So for me, like I said, long trades failed to catch a knife. I think the damage has been done, and I think all the liquidations done. I think the last of the weekends are just being shaken out. So I think now the market makers, the institutions, all the FUD of the interest rate is going up. I think people have clawed the money back to pay their higher interest. So I think we could see better things coming into crypto. Now, also, I'm just going to go into a news of what they say is the 42 December price wick. Analysts say party's just getting started. So there is bullish momentum out there. They're saying that Bitcoin's riding through the rapids, getting itself back on track, and will soon be going into bigger things. Now, like I said, you have to take some of this with a pinch of salt, because, on the left hand, people are calling for a bear market, and on the right hand, people are saying, no, Bitcoin's going to go all the way through the roof. For me personally, I don't listen too much to the FUD and the FOMO. I look at this here, the price chart action. I think that should be the same for you. Now, also, obviously, the fear and greed index is down. I think it's around about 18 today. So I think when the market is in extreme fear like this, I think it's always a good time to try and load up if you've got stable coins to buy that. But I think personally, just rounding it all off, I think some good solid buys are going to come out with Solana, with Link. And I think Bitcoin now is finding its bottom. We're going to see a lot of consolidation, maybe boring a bit, because if you have a look when Bitcoin went down, if we go to the daily candle here, you will see that Bitcoin did find itself way back in September, finding the 41,000 as its good support level. And it was down there for, if you have a look, easily about 8 to 9 days, if you count this big one here. And then once they'd finished shaking out the weekends, liquidating the longs, bang, Bitcoin did not look back. And for like a good 2 weeks, we shot to the moon. Then we consolidated, then we shot up a little bit more before we had this reverse trend coming into the Christmas period. So for me, I think Bitcoin's going to start finding its consolidation here. I think we're going to have a few more days of pain going sideways, a bit more scammy wicks down to just literally shake out the last of the junk from what they say of the weekends, of the people in the long positions that are, probably clawing on, holding on for dear life. And then we'll start seeing the green shoots up. We definitely won't see, as some of the people have been saying, the death cross, saying this new one here, the 250-day moving average crossover, new death cross imminent. I think that's all clickbait. I think that's all FUD, FOMO. You'll see a lot of YouTube videos saying we're in a bear market. I also don't think that's correct. I think we're just consolidating now, and I think we will start picking back up. Yes, it's not nice to see your portfolios in a state that they're in at the moment, but if you think back from where we were at the last crash and Bitcoin was floating around 30,000, we're still a lot higher than we are there. Some of your portfolios will still be probably 100% up from that if you didn't sell. But anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm always interested to know what people are thinking. That's just my quick analysis. I wanted to show you Solana because I think it's going to be in a prime position, and it's not got that far to go before it shoots up to its all-time highs. It has had a few problems with overload on its network, but that's to be expected with it launching all its new NFT stuff. But I think they'll line that out quick. I think there's some good buys in there, and I definitely don't think we're in a bear market. We're just in a bit of a downtrend with a consolidation period. Healthy correction in my view, but let me know what you think. But more important, as we say on Crypto Ripto, trade safe, trade smart, and don't get wrecked.